Oh, I got hypnotized by that giant little knot right over there, ticking back and forth from that clock tower thing. Hey everybody, this is me, Mickey Mouse here, and I'm back from the Maxi Toys, and welcome back to my last play of Super Mario 64 for the Nintendo 64. So last time we actually did finish up Tiny Huge Island, even though despite the fact that in the previous episode, at the beginning part at least, that Wario and Waluigi sneaked into while I was doing a recording session of more on this, and then I somehow managed to come back. So anyways, today for this video, is that we're gonna go into the next world, onto the third and probably the final floor in the game. So, the level we're gonna be approaching into is the one on there where it does shows a little clock plate. So yeah, let's get started then, shall we? So this world is actually called Tick-Tock Clock, course number 14. So the first mission we have is roll into the cage. So the entire premise of this level, as you can see, that everything is going all frozen all of a sudden. So how come it's all frozen? Well, if you couldn't tell already, that the main premise or the main entire gimmick with this world at least, is the fact that you have to get onto the specific clock hand is going to aim into that respective numbers. Like take for instance, if we actually let the big hand reach up to 12, everything is going all stopped and everything else is completely frozen, or not just the game itself, but just every single platform is being incredibly stopped. So yeah, that's basically how the point about this. And I'm pretty sure if you actually aim the big hand into 3, then it makes everything moving. And then if it aims that to 9, everything's going even much faster. And I'm pretty sure on number 6, it'll just go something completely madness and random. So that's how the entire premise of this mission, or this world rather, is. Mission number 2, the pit and the pendulums. Now, very briefly for a second, this is going to be the easiest way to actually get the red coin star mission, is the fact that if you're trying to, especially if you're actually trying to aim your big hand to 12 at the time, then everything else is being completely stopped, and this is going to be the one final time I will be doing that method, because after that I will be eventually going to let the big hand go into a different number instead of 12, so yeah, it's really easy to actually get those rare coins, because if you let the big hand up to, if you let the big hand go to like 3 or 9, or even 6 for that matter, this little twirly parts is actually start to move for like about 20 or clockwise fashion. So yeah, I highly recommend you do that, because not only does it actually give you an easier way to actually do the red coin mission in this level, but also it makes everything completely stops for the time, so it just stays like flat. So yeah, once you grab all 8 of those red coins right there, and the mission is done for you. So the mission on this is called Stop Time for Red Coins. So I'm guessing, for what I can tell from the star graph from that, or this mission select screen, that it's going to be the last mission of this level. So yeah, it does say mission 6 right here from that red coins department right there. So anyways though, so now we're going to revisit to this level again, and as you can see, when we actually did manage to make the big hand reach up to 9, that makes every single object in this level is going incredibly fast. So also we're going to once in number 3, that everything else starts to move so slowly. So yeah, as you can see, this little spinny parts right there, they spin much faster, and as well as this little hand is actually going to be moving way too fast here. So we'll save that for later, because for now, we're going to concentrate on the mission we'll be doing right now, is the pit and the pendulums. So the way you're supposed to do it, rather, is the fact that you can actually go onto the side where I'll show it to you when we actually get into the bit. So yeah, I apologize for that messed up dialogue right there. I really do apologize for that, folks. But anyway, so yeah, if you climb onto that little screw or something like that, and by the way, you get a free 1-up while doing so that's pretty good news. And there's this little Chucky contraption thing, which is returned from Wet Dry World, but basically he's not that much of a threat in this level though. But the only time you might worry about is that if you notice these little yellow exclamation mark blocks, which if you hit those will contain coins, so you better have to watch out for those if you're doing the 100 coin Power Star mission task. So there we go. That's the pit and the pendulum. So, is that the correct mission? Yep, that's the correct mission. So, A good thing I actually go on to the order. Well, except for mission 6, that I just did that in the beginning part, rather than just actually, I don't know. Right, so we need to let the big hand go up to 9, I believe. Once again. And do the next mission, get the hand. So if you probably saw it before, that in order to supposed to do this mission right here, that you actually have to hop onto that giant clock hand until you actually ride it on for a short period of time. And then when you come across into somewhere the halfway point on, or in this case, to that hole where it has like a power star here, that's where you're supposed to go here. So anyway though. So a few things I want to mention to you guys about something is that recently, today was actually the Sunday, the 5th of June today. And because of that, we only got about 5 more days left until Kirby Planet Robobot was about to come out in Europe. And I'm pretty sure on the United States as well, although I'm not exactly sure. But I'm pretty sure that was if, yeah. It'll probably be on the exact same day as the European version. So yeah, definitely looking forward to that game actually, considering how this is a next 2D platformer Kirby game. The last time that, even though we don't have a little gimmick where we actually have to deal with the rainbow paintbrush and all of a sudden since last year, but even then it's been 2 years since we actually have a 2D.5 or 2.5D platformer type of like jumping from left and right and explore for a little bit. So we haven't got that since 2 years ago, which was Triple Deluxe. So anyways, I'm really excited for that actually. So anyway, mission number 4, stomp on the Thwomp. So what I'm supposed to do here, since it's a good thing I actually did let the big hand go to 3, that means everything else is slowing down. This means I have to do the 100 coin power star for this part. So this is going to be a lot trickier than it looks though, but at least in this level though, it has like a one giant bottomless pit right there. So if you do fall off to the center of the level like this one for instance, you automatically die, so you just have to be very careful. And right off the bat though, there's another heart spinner right there. If you want to actually run through it, then you should essentially gotta, you know, restore your health if you actually get hurt by it. Especially if you actually get dropped on the highest heights or anything. So you should definitely recommend doing that. So anyway though, so let's concentrate and just get these 100 coins as much as I can do. So yeah, eventually in the later worlds of the game, that considerably in the 100 coin power stars, things can get even much tougher and difficult as we progress. So, even then though, it's all because of these little challenges and stuff like that though. But anyway though. But, usually we're pretty much almost done with this game as far as doing a let's play of it. So, hey, at least we're almost done with this, at this point in time. So, yeah, I'm really surprised about that actually, considering how, originally I was supposed to actually, going to end this until sometime in a couple of months term, or a couple of months time, but I just want to get these playthroughs done and over with, just in case that, well, since back in 2011, that I essentially done with some of these playthroughs for the time being, and then somehow in 2012 to 15, that we still have a current playthroughs will be still continuing on during the past few years, which that's because I always just have to take a break, and plus because I had to upload one video per day, just because not too many, unlike Moxie 10 for instance, that he always seems to upload these videos a lot. Even quite a lot, even about for one day, which is kind of, well, there. Okay, so, yeah, if you probably noticed something, there's a blue coin switch right off the bat though, and guess what, if you actually activate the blue coin switch, well, assuming if we actually let the Mario's position go correctly through right there, we actually have, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blue coins, which actually gives me, 35 coins, I'm presuming. Oh no, not 35. Yeah, it's 35. Okay. I almost kept confused with that, actually, because I always kept thinking of the 6 times table or something like that. So anyways, yeah, pretty worth a deal from that part right there. So, at least we already got about 30 coins remaining, which is actually quite quick than I expected. So, in fact, the majority of coins are going to be mostly at the very top of the level. So, yeah. So TikTok Clock, this is actually a pretty cool level to actually explore on. You can actually just jump through different platforms with some different contraptions here and there, like the tilting cubes and all that. If they decide to dipping down for a bit, this means they'll try to turn, so yeah, that's kind of interesting. As well as the shifting block, which actually trying to push you off the ledge of the level, so you're just able to be very careful from these shifting blocks like that. As well as the hands that you can actually hop into, and yeah, it's actually a pretty cool level to actually see for the Mario game like this. And then eventually, during in 2005, that it makes this level a comeback from Mario Kart DS, and even then, the best things of all, that we actually recreates the TikTok Clock track in Mario Kart 8 in the Lightning Cup, which is pretty fantastic if you ask me. But even then, well, I think Sonic and Sylvester already managed to finish Mario Kart 8 not too while ago, even last year even, since the last DLC pack they actually did showcase. So anyways, and that was really close right there, because I don't want to accidentally fall off in the main level, because if assuming if this is actually the highest height of this level that we're actually at right now, if I drop from the highest height, I will instantly kill myself, or in this case, just commit suicide for myself. So, okay, right off the center right there, there's going to be a platform there, which I'm pretty sure it might actually contain some coins there. So, there's this little triangle pendulum platforms over there, so believe it or not, I will do those later. But for now, I'm trying to actually focus onto that the center part of this platform right there. But the only unfortunate thing for me, at least, I can't move the camera freely though. At least unlike in Super Mario Sunshine, now you can move anywhere around you, because even then you do have the second analog stick. So anyway. Alright, 10 coins. How awesome is that? So I only got about 6 more left until when I get to 100 coin mark, then my Power Star will be rewarded or granted for my part. Oh god. I almost died right there. But at least I'm good, I'm pretty much safe from that part. So just kept on jumping from platform to platform just in case I won't manage to die myself from that. That one giant bottomless pit in the center, and as well as dropping down from the highest height, which I might as well avoid those. So anyway though, let's grab that 100 coin Power Star right up there. So, should I do it with that? Oh, I can't do it like that. Maybe a backflip might do. Hang on, let's do it as a right angle. There we go. So yeah, we're done with that, and now let's move on to the actual mission itself. The stop on the farm. Oh, I think that's what the mission's actually called from here. So all you do in this mission here is that we have to go all the way up to the top of the clock tower, or in this case, TikTok Clock. It's going really high than we expected. But yeah, it might be a bit slow from that part, just because we actually aimed the big hand onto 3 from that when we actually approach into the level itself. But this is how the Power Star is going to be located from this mission. You know that farm that we actually did solve from earlier on, which is on Whomp's Fortress? Well, he's the only one who's going to make it there onto, he's the only one who is here in the TikTok Clock, which that sounds a bit weird, but hey. So if you jump onto his head, and then if you actually hop onto that platform, that's how you essentially grab it. So yeah, that's about it basically. So yeah, I think we only got about one more mission left before we actually finish off the TikTok Clock level. So I kind of do miss that world pretty much after when I complete it, just because this is probably the most unique level in the Mario series. Mission number 5, timed jumps on moving bars. Yeah, these little shifting blocks, I think those are called the moving bars. Yeah, that's what they're called. So, considerably, when we actually aim the big hand up to 6, I'm pretty sure it'll try to, oh god! Oh, Jesus Christ. So, it'll start to mess everything up for these little contraptions right there. Like, as you can see, that conveyor belt was originally going to go forward, but then occasionally it just goes backwards. So, I think they're trying to make every single movement with those contraptions a bit randomized. Oh god, I almost died again with these little cubes, or moving cubes. I mean, jeez, Christ, man. So anyway, though. So I'm pretty sure that we almost or we're actually at 110 Power Stars. So we literally got 10 more left, so to speak. So yeah, have to see for itself. So anyway, though. Oh, this is the part where I have to actually just trying to do a double jump right there so that I can reach it to that point right there. And there we go. Ooh, 18 lives. That's not too bad, actually. So, another thing I'd like to talk about before we, although I won't talk anything more on that until we actually get into, after we're done with this level right here, and then we'll get into the next, power star of next one of these castle secret stars. So anyway, though, for this part right here, we have to time our jumps just right onto those moving bars, and if you time your jumps well enough, assuming if you don't trip up or something like that, then you should be able to reach up to that power star just right onto the underneath the cage, very similar to the first mission, and there we go, 111 power stars. So it's like 3 ones all at once. So that concludes the TikTok clock. So yeah, pretty unique level, I might say. This is actually pretty unique. So anyway though, 14 levels down and only 1 more level left, at least the main levels of the game in fact. But before we hit into that, actually, let's just go ahead and do 1 more mission left in on this video. And will have to be probably the most difficult of the secret power stars in the castles. I think this was actually called, I'm not exactly sure what this is named, but I think this was basically Wing Mario Through the Clouds. I'm pretty sure that's what I'm just gonna say right there. So basically the entire portion of this level right here is that once again we have to grab 8 red coins in our disposal. And then also we need to actually activate the cannons for that Bob-omb buddy right over there. So just in case if you actually go ahead and go to other clouds and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and talk to him and he'll just activate the cannon for us. So yeah, you're going to be using those 2 things combined into one basically. So yeah, all you're supposed to do here is by basically going through, flying through different sets of amount of clouds, and then here's the trickiest part I found in this mission, that it's not the level layout, it's actually quite difficult, it's actually getting the last 2 red coins specifically. You notice there are littered with red coins all over in some clouds. Well, some of the clouds can be clearly like a see-through or something like that, like some of them, like the grey clouds, are mostly see-through. But some of the time that oh yeah, the red coin was actually, one of them was actually over there for that see-through grey cloud. In fact, even though it's not that much of a difficult, oh frick. Sorry for the lack of dialogue, folks. It's just I have just no idea what I'm doing. But the reason why I found this is much more difficult than the ones in the other secret castles stars is because trying to actually get the red coins and even get to the specific clouds, mainly due to up there, is actually a lot tougher than it looks. It's not just a matter of you're actually trying to actually use the method of when you're supposed to actually trying to grab the red coins and stuff like that, but also you have to really be really accurate with your adjustment acceleration with Wing Mario, and plus the cannon part as well, so that you can actually try to aim yourselves to the highest part of the level. So that's why I found this is the most difficult part about this level. So even then though, I will try my best if I do this for the first try. But if I do, I will be quite surprised. And then to make matters worse though, if you actually get fall off to this level specifically, that you'll immediately get kicked out of the level, although you don't lose an extra life, so that's a huge plus. But the worst part I found about this is that when you accidentally fall off of this level, you get kicked out all the way back up to that garden, or in this case the opening part of the Princess Peach's castle, or in this case the outside part of Princess Peach's castle, which I found to be quite tough and even tedious sometimes, at least before I played it on the Nintendo 64's original cartridge version of the game. And that's why mostly I found for this level entirely. So anyway though, enough about that. So yeah, which part I was gonna say? Oh yeah, a few things I would like to talk about in certain things. Also, in addition, where Kirby Planet Robo Boss was about to be released sometime until like the 5 days until when it's about to arrive. In fact, I actually pre-ordered that game not too long ago, which is actually a really good thing for my book. And I actually got another bunch of DVDs I've got from well, some certain shops recently. So first off, I actually own myself Disney Pixar's Finding Nemo. The reason being is because Finding Dory is about to be up until next month, actually. Well, at least in UK anyway. Whilst in North America, it's not going to be that long until then, so just in case, I believe it'll be released until sometime in the 17th of June if you guys lived in the United States. So, that's a good thing I actually got Finding Nemo in the first place, so just in case I'll do a retrospective for between that film and then the future film afterwards, so just Finding Dory. In fact, I'm actually going to see that until when that comes out in Europe. I think it was about to come out during 29th of July. Yeah, that's what I was going to think of. So the next up I did recently picked up is Disney Pixar's Up, which that's a really remarkable film whenever I used to saw it back in 2009 when I was at the theaters with my best pal Chip and Piglet for my best friend anyway. And then we actually just eat some popcorn together, and then we actually did enjoy the hell lot of Disney Pixar's Up. And I've now finally found it, or I finally bought it, after about 6 years until when the DVDs were originally released. Then I have an extremely late fault with it. So it still looks really awesome even to this day. So I should definitely recommend watching that. So yeah, I highly suggest you do that. Another film I just recently picked up is oh god. Yeah, this is the part I was talking about. The only difficult part I found is trying to actually get into those that cloud all the way up to the top, which contains not only the wing cap box and as well as that yellow exclamation mark block, though that cloud up there contains 2 remaining red coins. And I think this is probably the most hardest part of this level for me, just because no matter how many times I was trying to make it there, but then sometimes my lack of the certain adjustment with your control stick is a bit too sensitive at points. Then somehow, whenever I come to that cloud right there, and then it immediately thinks that I was almost gonna slip up, and then I almost died right there. But thankfully though, with the usage of that B button, that can make me feel safe from that situation like this, for instance. But then, if you manage to fly up a bit just right, then you should be able to reach up to the last, or in this case, just those 2 red coins as a matter of fact. But this can take me a lot of tries to do this. So anyway, though, back onto that topic. Another DVD I bought I did buy for myself is actually a sequel, or in this case, a mid-quel to one of my favorite Disney classic films of all time, Bambi. I've now got a Bambi 2 DVD, which, for I've used to watch it, I think it's actually, in my opinion, it was actually a really great film, in my opinion. Sure, a lot of critics seems to disagree with me, but honestly, some Disney sequels may actually think like some of them are alright, although not as strong as the ones in the classics version of the films. But I really enjoy Bambi too, so yeah, I should definitely notice that from the start. And the last film or the last DVD rather, I actually got is not only oh frick, what am I supposed to say? It's another Pixar film, which is only a 2D animated version of the Pixar film known as Buzz Lightyear of Star Command: The Adventure Begins. I used to remember watching this when I was a kid. I mean, yeah, I had a lot of fun time watching it. In fact, that would probably be my favorite childhood films next to Hercules, Aladdin, and Tarzan, and stuff like that. Oh, yes! No, I finally made it. So yeah, it did take me a lot of attempts to actually try to reach into that dang cloud up in the top there, which, if you do this like a couple of attempts at all too, then you should be able to reach for that with ease, but just be cautious with the some little adjustment aiming. And there's a good thing too that I actually saved that last red coin at the beginning of the level in the first place, is because if I grab bits a bit too early, this means I have to do like a little cloud thing at the top until we actually do those last. 112 power stars, so we literally got 8 more left until we actually get the highest amount of power stars we just collect. So in this case, we'll have to finish this video here. So next time on Let's Play Super Mario 64, is that we're about to be heading to the last main level of the game, and probably one of my least favorite levels of the game. I don't know why though I say that. So anyway, see you guys next time. Later, fellas.